Hey everybody, welcome. Wow. I actually scheduled this one out. Happy Friday. If you're on live with me while we're doing this little tutorial. Uh, I'm just gonna start by I find artificial intelligence tools pretty damn amazing. I really like them. I've been using a lot of ChatGPT lately to create um, content of all different sorts. And now that GPT-4 is out, it enables on ChatGPT. Um, we can there is a lot more room and availability for text for our messages and everything else, and just the improvements in things are just amazing. One of the new features that's supposed to be coming out or that should be available in GPT-4, but they haven't rolled it out with Chat GPT version 4 yet, is the ability to bring in images or bring in websites and have it describe what the image is. AI actually being able to look at an image and describe in detail all the nuances and everything about that image. It's available, just not really publicly accessible right now. But that next version just really gives more detail of the words and the text that it's providing. It's a little bit more concise with the details it's giving you. And plus, it just has more capability for you to be able to give it prompt information. So the other aspect of the AI features that are blooming right now is the ability to go text to image and really have a very detailed image come out of that. Whether you're trying to create characters for a comic book, characters for any type of storytelling medium, you're creating something for web graphics, or maybe you're just trying to um, create some basic characters that you can later on turn into like animated graphics or something like that. Or let's just say, and one of the things that I want to talk about today as well, let's say you're a graphic designer, you're a website developer, or you're a software developer and you want to flesh out things for your products, kind of mock things up. One of the things I was doing yesterday was I'm just going to go and switch to screen share, guys. One of the other things that I was doing yesterday was you can see that there's a lot of corgis on here, but I did a few mock ups yesterday. I was using Chat GPT to come up with a few things. The prompts I was using yesterday. Let's see if I can just open this up full screen. Come on, guys. I can't open it up full screen. What's going on? It's like, no, you can't because you're live right now, right? So I wanted to open up some. This is just so weird. All right. Um. Anyhow, oh, clear, clear this. Yeah, there we go. Hot. Let me see what's new. So these are some of the things that I've been designing with Midjourney. Um, there we go. I don't understand why it's like when you're honestly when you're doing live demos, something's not going to work right. You just have to learn to roll with the punches. But yesterday in Chat GPT, I let's see if I still have it. I don't know if I still have it or not. Let's see. Mockup tutorial. No, UA for a website. Corgis made perfect. Who knows? UA design for a website. Here we go. This is what I was starting off with yesterday. These were a few prompts that I was giving it. Where I used ChatGPT, the start of it. Um, You will now act as a prompt generator for generative AI. I will provide you a concept for a website, and you will provide the prompt for the generative AI. Write each prompt in one line without creating new lines. This is basically giving the format. Okay. And I'm going to, this is the actual imagine prompt that you'd wind up putting in. Um, this is this is the beginning of the prompt that you'd wind up putting in Midjourney. And you got a concept. You can choose web colors, choosing the layout of the web color, all this other stuff. This will help you to define, or rather, define a little bit more in Midjourney of how you want everything to be laid out. You can also provide different web links. Like if there's a website or an image that really stands out as a real good beta of your product or website or software design, you can use that as a reference and post it in the URL. Say, like, I want my website to look like this. The other thing is mention some of the following softwares like Figma, which is good for uh, user interface designs of different apps and stuff like that. Editor X is another one. Adobe, you could use Illustrator, Photoshop, any other tools like that as well. Have specific description of images that you'd want to have on the website, the feelings you'd want to have, and then what type of images. Do you want this to be realistic, super high resolution, sharp, whatever? And then the this right here is the aspect ratio that's going to the AR. And then that's in the 3:2 ratio, so it looks a little bit more like an actual website layout. Um, and then and stylize, it's going to create the highest render of stylization. So there we go. So that is what I was using, and this is a pre-made prompt that I had found. So I went through, and here's my first concept. We sell t shirts and hoodies with images of a cartoon corgi and a motivational message on them. Please write in a humorous tone and a creative writing style. So it gave me four different prompts to try. So I've got an image prompt of a UI design of we sell t-shirts and hoodies with images of a cartoon corgi and a motivational message on there. Bright and playful colors, single page, visually appealing layout inspired by e-commerce and humorous sites, Figma, cartoon corgi images paired with funny motivational quotes, and uplifting, lighthearted atmosphere, very detailed. There's the aspect ratio and high stylization. And this is what we got. And overall, the ones that I like the best, I chose this one in the upper right hand corner as the one to come up with some variations of it. And what I came up with was this one. And so this, it gave me a mock up of a t shirt with a corgi. One thing to keep in mind with Midjourney as it's creating a lot of these graphics is that it'll throw a bunch of words. It's all blah 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 blah, and it doesn't real. And it's getting better at creating word like things. It used to just have a bunch of nonsense up on there, but it gave me four variations of a product of a mocked up site for a shirt. So I can find the one that I want or like the best. And this is the one I actually chose. See if it takes me over there. Or if I have to go. Boop. I'm still learning on how to navigate this. So that's for later. So this is what it ultimately gave me. So with this, I could take this product right here, put it in any kind of photo editor, edit up. I think even for the title or for the thumbnail of this video, I wound up using this. Was able to pull it off in Canva, remove the background, so I was able to make that T-shirt into a bigger item. It worked out really well. But those are some of the prompts, and I'm showing you some of the things that I've done on here last night, because when you're working with those type of AI generative tools, um, it can be a little slow. You have to wait for a little bit of the detail. And honestly, Midjourney version 5, there was version 4, which is readily available right now. Everybody that's doing like the free version, everybody that's been working on it since November, has been using version 4, which has been really, really great. But I'm going to show you a little bit of version 4. This is some of the stuff for version 4 that I was working on. It looks really good, and it starts out, you'll see that there's certain things like, um it doesn't really know, like I was doing a corgi holding a lightsaber, and it really doesn't know. And hey, dogs can't really hold a lightsaber. So it had a difficult time kind of placing things and figuring out that type of stuff. You'll see these are like some dogs reading, and you'll see it doesn't really do a good job of like paws and hands and stuff like that. Paws with pets and hands with people. Um, Sometimes hands will have like 6 fingers or 10 fingers. So yesterday, when I thought I was doing version 5, I wasn't putting the right setting in. So this one honestly is version 4. And what I do with this one is, see how I screwed up. It was a little rookie mistake. I just put V5, but it wasn't. I have to, anyways. So in version 4 yesterday, I had asked for a beautiful redheaded woman with stunning green eyes sitting at a coffee table, looking out a large window. This is a realistic photo with photographer taking a picture from outside coffee through, misspelled it, through the window. So here's a couple of, this is typically what you would get in version 4 starting out. And one of the glaring issues is, number one, some things just are placed and you can't really, there's no rhyme or reason. Like over here, you could see there's a coffee cup and there's a hand just attached to it. This one, with her hand, you've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 fingers and a thumb. The detail in the background, that little blurred, like it looks like it has some nice depth of field. And, this one looks pretty good overall. So I decided today, once I figured out, I'm like, hey, I'm not using version 5. I was screwing it up. So I decided to create a new, using the same prompt, but actually using the switch for version 5 and testing out to see how that looked. It's not perfect. It's pretty good, but I haven't selected one to upscale it. So this is the initial one. And you can see, look at the difference compared to the other one. The detail in all of them is quite well. All of them, looking out the window, have a pretty good depth of field. You can see this one, it's a little off. I don't know where that plant is coming from, but you can see it's trying to do a little bit of a reflection in the window. It's not perfect, but you can see, even though the cup looks a little weird, her hands don't. Obviously, your thumb's probably back there, but there's 1, 2, 3, 4 fingers. It looks really good. This one right here, the fingers, that looks normal. Actually, this looks like a pretty good picture, except for the little watermarking it tried to throw on there. The cup little fades into the, I don't know. This looks pretty good. This one also looks really great. The depth of field in the back, it makes sense. It looks amazing. You can see the fingers look pretty good, but it looks like, I don't know, for me, because I take a lot of pictures, it looks like she's holding a lens right here instead of a cup of coffee. But other than that, this picture looks really, really great. Now this one, I have to say, the weird thing about it, on the surface, everything looks pretty good. Awesome depth of field. That looks really nice. But man, look at where her hand is. See if I can zoom in on that one. Look at her hand. It's just, the hand is like curved over. that's just not right. Nobody holds a coffee cup like that. And it also looks like she has a camera sitting over and the lens is in her cup of coffee. So better, not perfect. Now, another thing I wanted to show what I did yesterday, or I did this earlier today. I found another prompt in ChatGPT, and what I was working on, let's see. Oh my God, I hope I kept it. I'm like, I hope I kept it. I hope I kept it. What I worked on was I can't find it. Look at all this stuff with all my new chats that I've been working on. Um, oh, that is not going to work at all. Okay, we got a lot of mock-ups. But if we get back to this, I'm going to show you this little lasagna piece. I found um, a prompted, and you know what? We'll walk through that in a second. But what, because this took a little while to build up. What I started with was in ChatGPT was I found a prompt that would help me build I mean just do a whole social media campaign of a recipe. So I put in keto recipes and it spit out, I think it was a zucchini lasagna. It gave the recipe, how to make it, a bunch of descriptions, how to post it on social media, and then it gave me a Midjourney prompt to make a keto zucchini. Actually, let's just look down. This is what it gave me. It For version 5, so I knew it was accurate. Um, it was just keto, zucchini, lasagna, natural lighting, mouth watering plating. And then after this one took quite a while to generate. And seeing the stages, it was kind of crazy. But the final one, I was a little blown away, except for this weird warped fork. You could tell on this one, this is supposed to be a fork, like cutting into the lasagna, but it looks a little weird and warped. Other than that, these both look really great. I mean, if you didn't actually make the meal and you didn't have time or didn't, couldn't take a picture and a real photorealistic, this would pass. This would pass for product stuff on a website. It just looks that great and is realistic. So I'm going to go back over to chat real quick and in chat GPT. And I am going to, I try to zoom this in a little bit so everybody can see this a little more. But I'm going to go, and this is a Chrome extension that I'm using right now. It's AIPRM chat prompts. And you can go into the Chrome store or the Google store or whatever it is for Chrome and search that as an extension and turn this on for Chat GPT. So I'm on Plus. I'm on the Plus version, so I have access to GPT-4. I'm going to enable that right now. And on the searches, I'm going to type in Midjourney, and let me see if I can find that same chat prompt that I was able to find earlier. Okay, Midjourney prompt generator, prompt ultra detailed. Let's just go ahead and try this one. I'm going to try a Midjourney prompt ultra detail. The output's going to be in English. I mean, this is for a picture. So, but hey, you know what? We're going to find something. We're going to make it humorous. We're going to definitely make it creative. And, visiting. Let's see what happens with this. Visiting horse shoe Bend, Arizona. All right, so visiting horseshoe, starting a text description. Okay. Let's see what happens with this. I'm gonna play with this all weekend. So wow, I'm really curious what this is gonna show up. Oh wow. All right, let's see what happens. Yeah, we're not doing version 4. Sharp focus. Yeah. All right, let's see how this goes, guys. This may take forever. I don't know if this will work, or later on I'll have to just cut it and edit the video. Let's go into the Discord. This is how we're going to do this stuff. Here's a few other things I was doing. So let's say you decided to do a beautiful landing page for Superman cosplay websites. Um, I design user experience, user interface, uh, the 3:2 resolution. And these are a couple of the mock-ups. I could have picked any one of these and tried to upscale and see where it would go. But like, look at this. This would be good, like maybe for some graphic novel images or whatever, landing pages for websites, things that would look good in a game. It got Superman a little confused with Batman up here, but honestly, the Superman logo looks accurate on most of these, so that was pretty good. But or before it wouldn't. Here's another one for uh, a futuristic iPhone app um, that you would use for space travel. So that was a few things that had popped up there as well. So let's go. This is how we start anything in Midjourney. Is we start with imagine. Now you're left with a prompt, and in that prompt you could prompt for a URL or search for an image. Here I put in an image of one of my corgis, and it used that image to create a cartoon joyful corgi with a transparent background. I'd have to get a little bit more detailed in there. I was looking to make a transparent background that I can take into a graphics program, have it remove the background easily, and make this a transparent PNG. But I'll have to experiment. But still, these look pretty good. I think any type of image app will be able to remove the basic background pretty easily. All right, so we're going to go ahead and I'm going to paste that prompt in there that we got from ChatGPT. Let's see how that goes. So what winds up happening, this is a paid version. Normally, you can do a free trial. It's a little slower, not a lot of features. You're bombarded with a lot of people, and then the trial will expire, and then that's it. I wound up, it's $30 a month for like the basic paid level that gets you I think I've got like 15 to 19 hours a month or something like that. Anyway, so I'm definitely curious to see how this works out. So you're in the beginning, you're going to be left with some basic stuff, and you can see the percentage here. Right now, it's 31% on defining. It's actually a little bit faster today. Yesterday, it was super slow. But for Midjourney, it's going to give us 4 different images to choose from. And we can pick out of one of those images, hey, I like this one. Give me a couple variations similar to this. Or if you're like, nope, that is it, focus on that one and give me an upscaled one. And then you could just really work on refining that. Okay, I'm really curious. 100%. Wow. Okay. Huh. Not this, honestly, this isn't exactly what I was expecting, but it does look pretty good, right? Look at this one right here. This is a guy taking a picture on there. It looks like it matches. In version 4, honestly, you'd have a person over there, but he would look in a totally different direction than Horseshoe Bend. So I'm going to pick this one right here with the person, and we're going to upscale that one. So that's version 4, or that's 4. So this is 1, 2, 3, and 4. This is upscale. This is create variations. But I'm going to, no, you know what? I'm going to do a variation of 4. Let's see what happens with that. I would play some Jeopardy music to wait while this happens, but I don't want to get copyright striked on this. Come on, let's see. But this isn't that bad, honestly. This is not that bad. If I were to re-edit this video and repurpose it later, this would be the moments I would cut out. Like, look how fast that worked. But that's just not reality. 83%. It's like I feel. I'm like, countdown, countdown. Burp, burp, burp. Still, there we go. All right. So let's take a look at the three and see what we've got here. They all look pretty good. I'm gonna say this. They all look really good. So I'm just gonna pick this one to upscale. So U1. Let's see how that works. So we're just gonna focus on this one now. Or is this? Oh yeah, that's, you know what the thing is that I do remember with version 5, with version 5, basically what it provides you is the upscaled version. So when you find the right one and you click upscale, it's like, yeah, it's already upscaled. That's it. That's the one. So if we take that version right there and open it up, that's what we're left with. And honestly, with that prompt, look at that. Visiting Horseshoe Bend, Arizona. Text at start of the description. Text at start of the description. I definitely could detail that a little bit more instead of just copy and paste. But cinematic, hyper detailed, insane details, beautifully color graded. I don't know. I might tweak this a little bit more, but honestly, it's great. And if you wanted to detail something like that, that's just amazing. And if the square didn't work for you, you could always change this. As a matter of fact, let's try this. I'm going to take the same prompt, copy it. I'm going to imagine. Paste in the prompt. And I'm also going to do aspect ratio 16:9. So that would make it more of a wide screen instead of the default square. And you could change it. If you wanted 9:16, if you wanted it vertical, you could do it that way. The other advantage to version 5 is you can do like extreme ratios. I don't know if it does 10:1. I don't know. Like if you wanted to do something that was just really long horizontally, like a panoramic view, you could do that. But see how it changes just by changing the aspect ratio? It's really not, and honestly, it's not that bad. Speed-wise. I mean, obviously, if you're watching this, live, yeah, it's probably like a dead air. That's why, let's see.
I could always talk like this while we're waiting. We got 62% as we're rolling through. Come on, let's go. Let's go. Horseshoe Bend? Which one is going to be the best?
All right, I got to stop that. 78%. Wow. $93, looking a little better. Come on. And you could change this. If you wanted a style like you have a bunch of anime characters that are visiting Horseshoe Bend in Arizona, you have a bunch of anime characters, or if you have Disney characters that are visiting the Eiffel Tower, things like that. All right, here we go. So let's go ahead and see how this looks. I'm going to say out of all of them, and I've been to Horseshoe Bend several times. I mean, it just depends on the day and everything else, but I kind of like this one better than all of them. So I'm going to do variations of 1. God, They all look about the same. Actually, let's do that. All right, let's do. Here we go. Let's do some crazy prompts. Imagine. Okay. 4 Disney characters are visiting Paris, France, and sightseeing at the Eiffel Tower. All right, let's see what happens. I didn't. It said 4. The word 4, not I mean, not the number 4. So let's see what this picks up. I don't even know what this is going to pull up. I'd be amazed if it actually if it remotely resembles what I was thinking. I mean, talk about random. 15%. Come on, version 5. Oh, I see Mickey Mouse. Or Mickey Mouse. Wow, that was, yeah, that's 62%. And it's like, okay, well, hey. Although that looks a little more like Winnie the Pooh with big ears. All right, let's check this out. Wow. Yeah, see, that looks like Winnie the Pooh with mouse ears. That definitely looks like Mickey Mouse with a green jumpsuit. The same thing with a blue one. And that I'd say probably looks the most realistic, but it looks more like Mickey is a statue in front of the Eiffel Tower and not visiting. So I'm going to say, honestly, this is probably the most sightseeing one. So I'm going to choose variations of 4. But I mean, come on, hyper realistic Mickey Mouse sightseeing the Eiffel Tower. That's kind of good. I should have said Mickey Mouse taking a selfie in front of the Eiffel Tower, and that probably would have given me more detail on that. That's kind of cool. I am just blown away with this stuff. It's amazing. It's great. Yeah, I'm just gonna be playing with this all weekend. I can tell. So, have you tried any of these AI tools? Have you tried in a different app on the phone or something like that? It's definitely worth the try. Experimenting and seeing what's available. And if you've been wanting to put together a website or anything else, or just really like make your presentations pop, and you always thought that like, oh my gosh, finding graphics for it and everything else is just going to be difficult. You can use tools like this to create logos or create some graphics that you could throw into a presentation that instead of searching for clip art or something like that. So look at this. I mean, they all look pretty similar, but I gotta say, I mean, a Disney character sightseeing at the Eiffel Tower, that looks pretty cool. You gotta admit, right? So I'm gonna take that as a win. Whoa ho ho. So you know what? This is a roots mover here. That was really great. And using, although, I just kind of showed a little bit of what's possible with these really cool AI tools. You just have to really try them out yourself. If you wanted to try ChatGPT, you can do that for free. Go to I think it's like openai.com, or just Google ChatGPT. You could try it for free. it works out great. I recommend giving it a try. And as far as Midjourney, also for with that one, that's just Google Midjourney. A little bit of a it'll start you off with a free trial. You get a little bit, and if you want to expand further, if you're using it for a business case where it makes sense to pay the fee for some of these graphics that you can do, give it a try. I'm trying it for. I'm gonna give a 30-day trial on it to see how it works, but I'm excited. And with everything coming out, it's just, it's like ChatGPT 4, Midjourney 5, and there's just going to be more enhancements when it comes to creatively writing, researching, creating graphics, whether it's a mock-up for a website or for just for products in general. This really opens the door. If you've ever been held back by like creative blocks or just not know where to go, I mean, make yourself it may not be anything that you'll use commercially, but it'll give you some ideas. It'll help you brainstorm and then find something that you really like and then send it to a designer. Look, hey, this is what I'm going for. Can you make it unique to me or whatever? If you're not willing to use it for the end product, at least it gives you a really good jumping off point so you can communicate with outside consultants to really help speed up taking action on a plan. So that's it. I'm just going to say goodbye for now. Subscribe, by the way, like or follow, but definitely subscribe because over the weekend, I'm going to put a lot of this practice to use. I've got a couple websites that are just collecting dust. I'm going to blow them out and recreate them with a lot of content like this. So stay tuned, check it out. Everybody have an amazing weekend. Friday, I'm going to wind up cutting this video tomorrow after 24 hours. I can cut a little bit of the front and cut the end and bits in between. So I'll clean it up a little bit. Everybody have an amazing weekend. Bye, guys.